What's happening, guys? Safety Liner C2 here. If you have an idea for a question of the month, throw it in the video request form in the description of this video. You know, I like hearing ideas from you guys, and sometimes I'm running out of ideas too. So if you have an idea, throw it in there. And of course, that just goes for general video stuff too. If you want to see something specific, let me know in the request form. Alright, so let's just get right into it. We are going to start off with the videos that answer last month's question, which was talking about stop arm cameras. Do you have them? Do you like them? Does your district require them? Just general, broad stop arm cameras. So let's see what we got. Alright, so the first video came from Caleb. Let's see what he had to say.
Hello everybody, I'm pretty sure most of you know me as Caleb or Schnurr Gaming. On Discord, SchnurrGaming_YT on Discord. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this month's question of the month, my response to it. These are the cameras that you will see on our buses, our school buses. You will see these ones. Illinois Central mostly just uses this one. Now, I would like it if they would get these two as well. But this is a windshield cam and this is a stop arm cam. But to answer your question on stop arms, we don't really have any. But I'm going to answer this question still. And I'll just talk about the cameras that buses in my area have. But anyway, like I said, this is an interior camera. We don't have any exterior cameras in our school buses. This is all the options you have. This is what the picture looks like for this company that makes our cameras, 24/7 Security. Very popular here in Illinois, actually. I know North Carolina and other states use Xeon and stuff. They're pretty popular too, and Safety Vision. North Carolina, I think, also uses Safety Vision. To my North Carolina people, you would be the perfect ones to answer that. But anyway, I'm going to move on to my field of expertise now, transit buses. These are the cameras our brand new Gilligs have. Well, our Gilligs we got last year. This is the exterior camera that views all, there's about six exterior cameras, 2 on both sides, one facing the front, one facing the back, and then we got a rear camera that's facing the road in the back. But this is our DVR, and then these are our cameras. They also turned this one into a dash camera, but I will get to that later. And then my neighboring transit agency uses Safety Vision. They use their mass transit side. I believe they use the Road Recorder 9000. And I think they have the 35 series cameras. These are the only ones I've seen on their buses. And then they use some other camera on the outside. I think they use that for the back. And then they use this awareness monitor for the back of the cabinet where they put all the equipment. Transit buses have this black cabinet. And they mount the screen up to that so the passengers could see the cameras. It's kind of intimidating your first time, but you get used to it. And then I'm going to go ahead and show off the cameras that you'll see on our MCT buses. That agency was Metro for the Safety Vision. Our MCT buses, St. Louis Metro, our MCT buses have these old style GE cameras on the interior on the old 35 and 40 footers. The 40 footers are 2010, 2012 models. The 35 footers are 2010 models. We only have 4 of them. But they have these old GE style, and they have Apollo, very popular in the transit world, cameras too. As you can see, that's an Apollo, and these are all GEs. That camera is pointing at the driver. This camera is pointing towards the back. There's also one in the back pointing towards the front. And then you got a midship camera that points at the sign closure and all that. And then your driver's area, you got your rear camera facing all the way to the back to view all the passengers there. You got your camera pointing down at the door. You got a camera facing the driver right in this area that points that way. You got a dash cam. And then the outside, you got your rear camera. And then, as I said earlier, you got two cameras on both sides. As you can see, those are cameras. If you look really hard, you can see it. There's the dash cam. 2020s, like I was saying, they turned one of these, this one, into a dash cam. It's camoed in. You can't really see it, but it's there. And then they got two of them on this side. You can see kind of the lens back there. And then you got your rear camera, which whoever ordered these, I don't know what they were thinking. They didn't color match the rear camera, but they messed up on quite a few things with these 2020s, so I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much the camera situation around here. Yeah. Oh yeah, here's a better picture of the rear camera. But anyway, thanks so much for sharing these videos, and I appreciate the question of the month because it helps, get more people involved in the community, and it also teaches people something new. It's a great learning tool. But anyway, I know this video is long. I really apologize about that. I'd like to thank you very much. And also, before I completely end this, I sent last month's question of the month. I might have sent it late, or not last month, but January. I guess I didn't send it right or something. But yeah, so thank you very much, and have a great day, everybody.
Thank you so much, Caleb. I 100% agree. These videos are great ways to get other people's perspectives, not just my perspective, because I might be skewed a little more towards Thomas or towards an Arizona or a Texas bus, while, people like you know more about city buses and, Midwestern stuff. So it's always great hearing other people's perspectives. And one of the reasons why, like you said, I really enjoy seeing these videos. All right, going off of what Caleb said, I really should have opened it up to just cameras in general in the bus. So first off, I think that all vehicles really should have dash cams. And if you drive and don't have a dash cam, I would highly recommend just getting like a $30 cheap one. It can be a real lifesaver. And in buses, it's just so important to always be protected in case something happens. As for interior cameras, pretty much the same thing. I think it's really important that we're protecting the passengers, and if that means to just have video surveillance on there in case a fight breaks out or one person accuses another person of this or that we can have that protected as well. All right, the last video is from Steven. Let's see what he had to say.
Okay, so I'm trying out this new method for question of the month. It makes the photos a little grainy, unfortunately, but I think we can work past that, hopefully. So this is for the March question of the month, which is about stop arm cameras. Now, stop arm cameras are something new to our fleet. None of our C2s had them. You can see there's no camera on this lovely looking C2. Most of our older Visions don't have them either. As you can see on this bus, it does not have a stop arm camera. Stop arm cameras were only introduced to our buses with our 2018s, which you can see is that white box near the bottom right of the electrical panel door. We only have one on our buses. There's no need for duals like some districts do. And to activate it, to take the picture, you push a green button on the driver's dashboard. I don't know the branding or anything. I don't know how it works. I just know that they exist. Now, with our 2022, so those are buses 169 and 170, they moved the cameras to the left side of the electrical panel door, more towards the center. I don't know if that was a dealer mess up or if it's just like a better angle so you can see the license plate better. Again, I have no idea how these work. So my opinion is I think he should be standard on newer buses just because of safety reasons, but I can also see why some districts wouldn't want them because it's more parts to maintain, and then you have to buy more when they break, and that can stress a budget. So yeah, that is my submission for question of the month, and hopefully this will be out April of 2021 and not April of 2022.
Thanks, I guess. No, but of course, thank you, Stephen, for submitting that, and I'm trying to get them out quicker. Anyways, yeah, I think that the reason that a lot of districts are not putting them on the buses is exactly what you're saying. It costs money to put them on, and it costs money to maintain them. And districts are already stretched as is, so they just can't. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the comments. First up, Jesus said, we got some new CEs recently after like 13 years. Wow, it took you long enough. Anyway, I feel like some of the stop arm cameras, at least in North Carolina, are really an eyesore. This big box with 2 cameras on each side of that box. If they could go towards maybe smaller cameras or a sleeker design, it'd be nice. Or maybe stop arm mounted cameras could be effective. I know I've said this before in a question of the month, I don't remember which one, but districts don't really care about the look of it over the functionality of it. So, yeah, it might be an eyesore to us as enthusiasts, but if it works, it works. With that being said, yes, they should probably get smaller cameras. As an enthusiast, seeing a big box on the side of a bus would slightly annoy me a little bit. Texarkana ISD ROR said, I saw they're adding cameras on some new buses by the stop arm. Andrew said, we just started getting stop arm cameras in 2017. The first bus was bus 48, and we're still getting them. They were perfect on the CEs, but on the junk birds, they are loose and pointing towards the ground. That's the only safety feature I like, but I don't have a problem with them. As a last note, I'm glad most schools dodged the StarCraft. How did I never come up with that? I'm so disappointed that I never came up with that. Thank you, I'm totally using that. 747 Cuber said, my district never had any stop arm cameras, and I haven't seen any here in Illinois. I do believe they should be standard, and with the number of people who run stop signs as high as it is, they should be having more stop arm cameras. Even if people still do it after, it's still bound to catch people and get them to stop running a school bus's reds. I 100% agree. This is a real big reason as to why we should have stop arm cameras. Might not reduce it, or it might not eliminate it, but it will at least reduce it. Kingston Smith said, I like cameras only when they're hidden by the mirror of the bus. I don't like them when they have them on the side of the bus. When they stick out, it ruins the side of the bus. Again, going back to what I was just saying, I mean, it might ruin it for us as enthusiasts, but that's the sacrifice that we need to make in order to reduce the amount of people who are running red lights, hitting children, and, just getting away with it. Bluebird 286 said, I think stop arm cameras should start to become a standard on all buses, so it can become safer for others around the bus and the kids. And also, if someone is caught running the stop sign while the camera is on, it can easily be reported to dispatch, and when it's reported to dispatch, they can quickly send that video to the police department. And fun fact, only one of our 2008 CEs had a stop arm cam, surprisingly. But when I saw that bus, the camera was apparently taken off. The Eric Freeze said, I noticed a few of our buses have outside cameras, but Crompton Greaves never placed them near the stop arm. We have one in the back of the bus facing the front and a second one by the door, but most of our newer buses have them. I'm going to assume 2 things here. First off, I'm going to take a wild guess and say that the main reason that they put them so far back is so that the driver can have enough time to hit the button to report this, to capture it, to take the picture, so that, if they see this person run the stop sign, they hit the button, the car isn't already gone. At that point, they'll be able to, get a picture of it because it's, past the stop sign. Going off of that, I would assume that your state also requires front license plates, putting it so far back and then being able to easily take the picture like that. Ailts Jeepin said, all of our new buses, 291 to 300 and above, all have cameras. Amazing video, by the way. Thank you. Bus driver 43 said, unfortunately we don't have any stop arm cameras, but we make up for that by throwing the reds out early so traffic will slow down. I've already expressed this to him before. I don't think that they should be doing that, especially if the door is fully open, unless it's a 3-position switch. But again, if there's no consequences for the actions, then it's just gonna keep on going on, and throwing out your reds 5 seconds before you actually stop isn't gonna really do anything. So Bus 26 said, none of our buses in my district have stop arm cameras. I do think that they would be beneficial in getting drivers to stop. However, I do remember my bus driver always recording the license plates of the cars that passed the bus while the lights were on. I'm not sure if that's enough to ticket the driver who passed or anything, but that is something my driver always did. Even if that's enough to ticket a driver, the camera could be more reliable, as a driver could write down a number wrong or miss it if the car speeds away too fast. So yeah, cameras are good. I think buses should have them. I totally agree here. I think that cameras are a lot more reliable than just writing down a license plate on paper. With a camera, you have tangible proof of someone committing this offense, which makes it harder to dismiss a ticket. The other thing, too, is just writing down a license plate is something that I can see so easily abused. Oh, this person ran my stop sign, but in reality they didn't, and you just, hate your neighbor or something. IGO23 said, only select buses in our district have a stop arm camera. One is a StarCraft. Come on. Okay, at least y'all don't have StarCraft Dodges. Oh yeah, my bad. It's 4139, a 2001 Thomas FS65 with a 5.9 liter. I think its camera was installed aftermarket, but I don't know when. At least 7 years ago because it's faded. It's also an oddball bus because its 7-inch LED brake lights were replaced with incandescents. Whew, you almost had me there. I was about to say I didn't think y'all had gotten any, yeah. Flaming Dino 9 said, we don't have any stop arm cameras, but I think the stop arm camera should be mandatory on every bus before it leaves the production line. That right there, yes. Austin said, we don't have them, and I have never seen one in my life. It should be a standard, but budget could come into play. Also, my favorite bus is now the StarCraft Dodge. You, sir, can just leave. Ryan said, my 4 newbies I ordered recently will all have stop arm cameras. We plan to continue to order them from now on. No button down. Okay, so let's break this down. First off, this is what I love about having an enthusiast as a transportation director. They know what's right, and putting stop arm cameras on buses is clearly right. And then the second thing, no button down. Yeah, I know it's crazy. I actually wear stuff other than button downs. That day, I just picked up a t-shirt and was like, oh, I want to wear this. So, don't worry, I'm back in a button down now, though. Chris Safety Liner C2 said, well, to be honest with you, Cameron, I have never been around buses with stop arm cameras. But if I owned a district, then I would do it. To me, I think it's a little fancy making a 2022 school bus with stop sign cameras. I know I have seen YouTube videos seeing buses with the cameras. If I ever see a bus with one, I think it would change my way of a properly spec'd bus. I think the cameras would look good on all the buses in the country, but a bus having stop sign cameras is insane in a good way. I don't think it's a bad idea at all. And the last answer to that question is yes, I would like a bus to have the camera. John said, none of our buses have cameras. CSX8817 production said, my district doesn't have them, but I would love to see them on buses because everything that happens with school bus stop signs, and if a car runs the stop sign, it should flash, so yeah, they're standard, and companies out there should get them for safety reasons. And last but not least, Bus Driver 385 production said, my district only has stop arm cameras on our used 2018 T3s and Visions. The T3s are numbered 468 and 469 and also have air horns. And the Visions are numbered 474, 75, 76, 77, and 78, which is a handy. All of our buses have dash cams. Alright, so this month's question came to me from Will. It should be a really fun question, and I can't believe I had never thought of this idea, but it is, what is or was your favorite experience with a bus driver or someone on the transportation staff? For our whole sake, let's just keep it to just one or two. I don't need a top 10 list of your favorite experiences because I can very easily see these questions getting very, very long. So just your favorite few experiences with a driver or someone who works on the staff. All right, hands down. As soon as Will gave me this question, my mind immediately knew what the answer was. I was in sixth grade, and I had the best bus driver ever. Her name was Miss Robin. My favorite bus driver ever. She drove bus 544. It was a 1990 Bluebird International DT 466 manual door, no stop sign. It was just, it's unlike anything else that I rode, which is why I think why I really enjoyed that bus. But she was so nice and always respectful. Always had conversations with everyone, and of course, me being the bus enthusiast, I enjoy talking to her. So I remember one day, I cannot remember for the life of me if we were at a stop or at the school either waiting to unload or waiting to leave. I don't remember where, but I feel like it was at a stop. She knew that I was always watching her, push the buttons. I sat right behind the driver on the Windows side because that gave me the best view of the control panel, and it was great. That old Bluebird control panel, you would pull out the master switch, push in the manual to activate the warning lights. I loved seeing that. Anyways, I remember one day we were talking, and she said something along the lines of, "Look, I know you always watch what I do, so in case something happens to me, here's what you need to do." And she gave me the rundown of, you need to pull the parking brake, put the bus in neutral. Here's how to activate the hazards. Here's how to call into base, and here's what you need to say, and all of this. And I hadn't really had an experience like that of like actually doing any of this. Like I knew what to do for the most part. Probably this is probably just me being a little cocky too, but it was just kind of cool knowing, okay, this is officially pulling the parking brake, and here's how to open the doors, whatever, even though I kind of already knew that. I don't know, just something about that really stuck out to me and really stuck with me over the years of, gosh, this is great. So it was a super simple story. It was just a span of like a minute and a half at most, but like I said, it just really stuck with me over time. Now, interestingly enough, a couple years later when I was in high school, I was in band. I played trumpet, and every week we'd go on football games, so we'd ride the bus over to the stadium and, do this and this, and it was great. I loved that experience. Now, I think it was my sophomore year where the bus that we took, it was out of service or the driver was doing something else, so we had a different bus than usual. That day we were in bus 1005. It was either a 05 or 06C, I can't remember. But I remember getting on the bus, just walking up the steps, and I got about 2 feet in the bus before the driver turned around and started talking to me, and I was like, "You look awfully familiar. How do I know you?" And she's like, "Didn't you used to ride my bus?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, I totally did. Yes, I did. Like many, many years ago, I rode your bus." So that, it was nice to catch up with her for a minute, and just, I don't know, there was just something about it. Even more ironic than that, at the time, my brothers rode that bus, so they had her as a driver too. And I never even knew it until then. So anytime I could, I always made sure to go out to the stop where my brothers were and just, give her a wave. Just, I don't know, because she was just a great driver, and, hope all the best for her. I have no idea where she is now, but oh well. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I don't want to keep on going on, but yeah. So let me know what your favorite experience with a bus driver or a transportation employee was. Like I said, I don't need a top 10 list. I just I'm really excited to read these. I honestly am. There should be a lot of really good answers in here. Like I said, make sure that you leave me a comment down below or submit a video if you want to know how you can do that. Check the description on how you can do that so that you can submit a video and make my life a little bit easier. So yeah, guys, I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching. Always do appreciate it. Yeah. So make sure you subscribe right down here. Magical red button that says you are now subscribed to Safety Liner C2. Make sure you comment up here, down here, over here, or over here. I don't know where they put down here. They put it. Make sure you also give this video a thumbs up, or all the bus drivers in the world are just going to disappear, and we're never going to be able to ride buses again. And make sure you also share this video with a friend. Show it to your mom, share it to your dad, show it to a guy on a random street. I don't care. Don't let anything happen to you. So yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this video, and thanks for watching.